Welsh Middleweight Championship. Wayne Ellis defending the title that he won against Alan Richards back in February against Mike Phillips, who we last saw in action, remember? That war against the Viking, Steve Foster, one of the nominations as one of our undercard Fight of the Year nominations. And here is Mike Phillips. Born in Wales, now lives in Warrington, up in the northwest. And we await the arrival of the champion, Wayne Ellis. Wayne Ellis, and let's hear from Alan Hughes again.
This is a middleweight contest at 11 stone 6 pounds over 10 rounds each of 3 minutes duration for the middleweight championship of Wales. Your referee for the contest is Adrian Morgan of Wales, your timekeeper Ray Rice of Morden. Presenting and introducing to you in the red corner with the black shorts from Warrington, the challenger for the title, Mike Phillips.
Who looks very focused, Jimmy.
With the red shorts from Cardiff,
yes, this is a fight that I'm looking forward to. Wayne Ellis, always exciting. You know, he really is a top amateur, and he's bringing that potential now to the professional ring.
Yes, he's former ABA champion, won that in 1988. Beaten some good fighters as well, but I tell you, having seen Phillips in action against Foster, he can really bang a bit, and we saw Ellis get dumped in one by Colin Manners.
Let's not forget, Dave, with a title at stake, it really brings out the best in the fighters.
Absolutely, and if it doesn't, it should. Wayne Ellis, the champion, in red, and Mike Phillips, the challenger, in black.
Wayne Ellis in the proud colours of Wales.
Yeah. 2 Welsh fighters and a Welsh referee as well, which is only fitting, Adrian Morgan. Now this could be a trip into the unknown tonight, because Phillips has never gone 10 rounds before.
And I wonder what he intends to do tonight.
Caught Ellis with a crisp right hand up. And this is just the way to fight Ellis. You've got to rough him up a little bit, bustle him out of his stride, because he's got a beautiful jab like that.
Just like to see Wayne Ellis get that left jab to work and get his groove. Once he slips into gear, Wayne, he's got a nice variety of punches. You see there, double right hand counter. And he really has got a good variety of shots. You will not see him get caught cold by this dangerous puncher. He's obviously a hungry and very ambitious challenger. He wants the title. You can bet your bottom dollar, Dave, that he's really whipped himself into top condition for this challenge.
Yeah, I was thinking, Jimmy, just watching this opening session, that the almost embarrassment of riches we had choosing our nominations in the Pro Box Awards. Wayne Ellis, who could well have anticipated getting one of the Prospect of the Year nominations, didn't make the top 5, and he's a cracking little fighter.
That's really a tribute to the quality of the boxing that's come through on Pro Box over the last year or so. You know, it really has been of the highest standard one could imagine.
Still, as always, next year. The Principality has won our top award of the night in the shape of Robbie Regan, and delighted to see Robbie get that award. You never know, Wayne Ellis could be bringing another one back to Wales next year.
Interesting thing about the award in question with Robbie Regan is I remember giving Robbie the Prospects of the Year award last year, and he's fulfilled that.
Well, actually, Jimmy, I'm sorry to contradict you. He won the undercard fight of the year last year for his fight with Kevin Jenkins, and he was nominated as the prospect, and he was very disappointed not to have won it. So I hope this is excellent consolation for him.
I'm sure it will be, because he's a really gracious young man. He's a good champion at that.
Well, so much for those who won the awards. Let's get back to the matter in hand. This Welsh middleweight title fight. Mike Phillips here, challenging young Wayne Ellis. Round 2 of this scheduled 10-rounder.
Take your camera back, please.
Phillips reminds me of a cricketer, the way he bowls that right hand over, and he bowls it with great speed, and without trying to become a coach, as I'm sitting here watching, I'd just like to see Wayne try and shift his movement away from the right hand. As I'm speaking, he's doing the right thing more through sort of being put under pressure, but he does tend to drift onto the right hand, Wayne Ellis. He's really ambitious, Phillips, with the right hand. He's loading up on it and really looking to bang one home and win the Welsh title. But good counter punch there from Wayne Ellis, also with the right hand.
Ellis is not regarded as being a particularly strong puncher. Only 2 of his 11 wins have come inside the distance. Contrast that with Mike Phillips. Of his 11 wins, 7 have come inside the distance. So Phillips unquestionably the bigger puncher, but maybe as Ellis gets a little older, a little stronger, he'll start stopping more of his victims.
Yeah, I'm sure he will, Dave, because as an amateur he used to bowl plenty over. That's a good jab Ellis has got. He really needs to employ it on a regular basis against Phillips, who's chancing his arm with the big right hand. Every opportunity. Wayne's better boxing for me, Dave, is the deciding factor at this present moment in time. He's scoring 1 or 2 nice counter punches with the right hand, and his jab looks impressive when he chooses to use it.
Well, if I was Brendan Ingle and Cope in the Ellis corner, I'd be feeling pretty satisfied with life right now. Good opening couple of rounds. Weathered the early storm that Mike Phillips tried to bring his way.
Yeah, he's done his scouting session, and I think he'll be pleased with what he's found.
Well, there is a purpose about Phillips, and let's not forget there is an awful long way to go in this contest. Round 3 then. Wayne Ellis, the defending Welsh middleweight champion, in red, and the challenger from Warrington, Mike Phillips, is in black.
I know it's early in a 10-round fight, but I honestly feel Wayne's got the technique to deal with Phillips. He's making him miss nice and comfortably, finding him with the jab and looking every bit the Welsh champion.
Oh, good work from Ellis there. That's classy boxing, it really is.
I'm sure if he gets that jab operating as he's there, starts stumbling and troubling it, that Phillips will become very frustrated and maybe run out of ideas. Because Ellis at the moment is doing, in my opinion, a dismantling job.
Worth, at this stage, perhaps mentioning Phillips' durability. That cut eye loss to Steve Foster was the only inside the distance defeat he's had in his career. Lost 6, the other 5 were all on points.
Having said that, I would just like to add, on the cautious note, I'd like to see Wayne completely focused at all times and not to switch off that concentration, which is his big plus factor, which he needs to maintain at all times against Phillips, who looks dangerous with the right hand. Good, classy shots from Ellis.
This has been the most emphatic round so far in this contest, and Ellis really is taking this round by a mile so far.
Yeah, he really is looking the part.
Third. We'll take another break ourselves at this point. Join Jimmy Mack and me back at ringside here at the Grosvenor House in a moment. Wayne Ellis firmly in the driving seat at the moment. I guess you need just simply more pressure from Phillips. Try and bustle him out of that stride.
Yeah, going back to your statement though, Dave, he's first 10-round contest he's ever got himself involved in, and he may just be thinking about pacing it out a little bit, because at the moment he's just relying strictly on the right hand single shot over the top, and in a nutshell it's not working.
good left from Phillips, and that was a good right as well. It's very easy to fall into the trap when you're dominating a fight like Ellis is. You let your concentration slip, you get a little bit careless, and you pay the penalty, as he just did then. There were two good shots that Phillips got through with.
They were good shots, and I was just about to say that he needed some success of some form to give him, let's call it encouragement, because he seems to me to be falling into a shell of, let's call it feeling sorry for yourself, because Ellis is boxing brilliantly, but he's now picking up one or two shots, and Phillips will take heart from that.
Now Ellis has turned the tee off. It must be so demoralising from Phillips' viewpoint that you're having your head boxed off, and you want to just want nothing you can do about it.
That's what I was saying, Dave. He really does need a little bit of sustained success, Phillips, to really give him encouragement that he can actually win the title. Because right now, he must be really feeling a little bit desperate. Because Ellis is boxing out of his skin.
Yes, we've seen Ellis. We saw that shot loss inside a round of Colin Manners when he just got absolutely stiff, caught cold.
That can happen to anyone.
And then that 10-rounder against Alan Richards when he won the Welsh title and won it by a mile.
There's that dangerous right hand as we speak. That's what he needs to stay alert to. 10 rounds is a long fight, and Wayne really does need to keep his mind absolutely focused.
Well, we're inside the last 10 seconds of round 4. Third distance, if you like. Oh, you could give Phillips a share of that round. Got home with some good shots on more than one occasion. As I say, hasn't fought since that cut-eye loss to Steve Foster.
Here you see Phillips back on the ropes, and Ellis comes through with a driving right uppercut, following with a cluster of shots. And fortunately for Phillips, he's well schooled in the defensive department. He's kept both gloves up, almost like a head guard, and solved the problem by not taking any clean shots. Smart move.
10 seconds. Seconds up. Round 1.
5th round. Ellis the champion in red, Phillips the challenger in black.
I think he needs to try something, Phillips, as in just march across the ring as he did there, and just let hell go for leather and see if he can just pull something out.
Well, if I was in the position of having to give him advice, I'd want him to be right on top of Ellis, because as long as Ellis can use that jab
on top at all times.
On top at all times, you know, fight him in a phone booth, rub him up inside, spoil him a little bit, just like that.
And be a little bit more unorthodox in terms of, you know, using that left hook on a more regular basis, rather than just becoming transcript with the right hand, which a good fighter like Wayne Ellis will eventually read. He really does need to run at him and just let the shots go and break this lovely rhythm that Wayne Ellis now finds himself in. He's countering beautiful on the retreat. Pleasure to watch. That's more like it. When he gets close, Phillips, you know, smash them elbows across, smash them hands in.
He looks effective when he comes in close.
For sure, you know, this is professional boxing. This is a title at stake. He's got to fight like a challenger, and he's got to take the law into his own hands, as it were, and get the result.
Oh, good work from Ellis, and he hurt Phillips then with that right.
He's a well-schooled boxer, Wayne Ellis. He's a good amateur career. And that classic boxing, as you're seeing now, is really, some of it's right out of textbook. Encounters off the ropes, You know, this is a man who's slowly but surely learning his craft. This has been full at championship pace. Now both these boys have slipped into a groove and maintained a good pace for the middleweight division right from the off.
Well, he's starting to look a little bit careworn, is Wayne Phillips. And he's taken some stick in this contest, Jimmy.
He certainly has. It's just a pure fact that we know that Phillips does contain the, let's call it the common denominator, the equaliser, in that right hand of his, which keeps this fight sort of on the wonder.
Now, Adrian Morgan is having a wee look. He's got a cut on his left eye. We'll talk about that in a moment.
There you see Wayne Ellis on the ropes, scores with a right-hand counter and slips away. That is a lesson for all young boxers looking in.
10 seconds.
Defensive boxing at its best.
Ellis absolutely unmarked.
7 zone, round 6.
Just a wee nick on Phillips' left eye. Round 6. Adrian Morgan went over and had a little look at it. I don't think it's too bad, though.
And let's not forget, Dave, it is a title fight. It's going to take more than a twinkle of blood to end it here and now.
Yes.
But this is one competitive fight. You know, both these boys are really gunning for this title. You know, we know Wayne Ellis is the older, but you know, full credit to Phillips. He's in his first 10-rounder. He's going to give it his all. He's up against a very classy performer.
By this performance tonight, Wayne Ellis is certainly marking himself out as one to watch next season, believe me.
You know, obviously, Dave, when you've got a boy coming through, top amateur as Wayne Ellis was, and then he got found out by the right hand in that contest that we spoke about with Manners. Obviously, you've always got that question mark there, but on this performance tonight, as you've just stated, this is a boy to look out for in the middleweight division on this form.
Ellis.
Phillips' gum shield has been accidentally dislodged. If it is accidentally dislodged, it is rinsed and replaced, and he gets a little bit of breathing space as a result. If he spits it out, then I think it's judged what, ungentlemanly conduct.
Absolutely.
He gets a wigging for it anyway.
And I'll tell you what, in your first 10-round contest, whatever little breather you'll get, you'll be grateful for.
You bet.
There's that right hand we're talking about. It really does. It's almost a bowl, Dave, the right hand. It's a dangerous shot, and it's not in the textbook, but it certainly works for Phillips.
Well, so far, I've got to say that Ellis has answered gone some way towards answering. Let's qualify that.
The chin department question.
Exactly, because Phillips has caught him with some useful shots tonight, and Phillips is a good puncher.
I'm impressed by the generalship, the ring generalship that Wayne Ellis is displaying. He's boxing intelligently, he switches on and off with the combinations, gets the jab to work, but really goes about his work like a man who knows his trade. You know, this was an ambitious challenger he's got in front of him, who, I must add, is still very, very dangerous. And will continue to be so for as long as this fight duration lasts.
But despite the beating he's getting, and let's be honest, he is getting a bit of a beating at the moment. That left eye is very, very nearly closed. That's what the corner are working on at the moment with the cold iron. He is sticking to his guns. The head has not dropped, but you begin to wonder now whether he will go the remaining 4 rounds of this contest. Adrian Morgan once again wanders over, has a little look.
Seconds. Seconds on, round 7.
But he's still there, round 7.
I'll tell you what, Dave, both these boys have got good chins, because both have landed what I would say is probably their Sunday punches. You know, they really have both drilled them right hands home, right down the pipe. And as you can see, round 7 and both boys still cooking. You know, the pattern of the fight, as it's now developed, suits Wayne Ellis. He's the better boxer. He has a slight physical advantage, which works excellent for that trombone left hand he's displaying. And as Phillips comes on to the shots that Wayne draws him onto, he just steps back and delivers all sorts of shots, right hands, uppercuts.
Good work from Ellis again.
And at moments like that, looks $1 million.
He's probably sorry the season's going to end tonight. He'd love for it to go on.
Ellis seems to have upped the pace, Dave. He seems to have just switched up the gears a little bit now, Wayne Ellis. Starting to put the shots together in 2s and 3s. And I think he's looking to do a number on Phillips now, rather than the other way around.
It's absolute copybook stuff, this. Any youngsters watching this show tonight, you could do a lot worse than base your own fight game on Wayne Ellis. If you're a member of an amateur club, get a hold of a video, take it down the club, and make them watch this, because this is class boxing. And Adrian Morgan, I think, is going to stop it. Indeed, he has, and that is it. It is all over.
What a classic finish. And the left hook is Wayne Ellis' favourite shot, and it's the more right hand he was using through the contest. There's the left hook, which ends it for him.
And Wayne Ellis stopped Mike Phillips in round 7. Excellent intervention by Adrian Morgan.
And 10 out of 10 for the display from Wayne Ellis. Execution stuff.
Only the second time that Mike Phillips has been stopped in his professional career. I tell you, this is a young man that we are going to see a great deal more of next season.
Let's just pick this up there. See Wayne Ellis getting through with a straight 1-2 followed by the uppercut, and just look at that combination. You know, if that was Julio Chavez throwing that, you wouldn't have been surprised. That was class. There you see Wayne Ellis taking the oncoming Phillips in his stride and landing a left hook counter, and Well, there's for all to see the damage that has affected, but to double it up, there's only one result, and that's a great decision from the referee. Tremendous.
I tell you, it's worth mentioning that Phillips didn't go down when he was caught with 2 pile drivers.
We said earlier on his chin's cast iron, so it proved.
Is it just? Well, Wayne Ellis successfully defends his Welsh middleweight title.